Today I have Balade with me, and she is amazing. She has, oh my gosh, she is such a globetrotter. So jealous here on the side. She wrote this amazing chapter about stemming across three different continents. Can you imagine the culture shocks that she has seen?
Mhm.
Oh boy, Balade. Tell us a little bit about your job. Like, what do you do that you could jump across these continents?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Exciting to be here today. And thank you for having me on, Sanya. More
Thanks.
than thanking you for having me on, I want to thank you for this project because I know that for me, it's truly made a difference. How much more for the thousands of people that are going to be reading the book. Excited to be here. In my day job today, I am an analytical operations leader. But before that, let me take you back a little bit because I am a chemical engineer and I did a master's degree in process engineering. And since then, I think each job I've done has had these elements of technical and people development. So I loved being a process engineer, designing process and systems that turn your raw materials into things that you can use in the industry, in food, in plastics, in different kinds of things, designing machinery, troubleshooting processes. I absolutely loved it. Now, after that, I was a technical service and development engineer. So we were helping to innovate new products for the market, integrating sustainability in how we do our plastics. So that was super exciting for me. One of the SDGs is sustainability and incorporating post-consumer recycle so that we produce less plastic every year. That was a true trip for me. I love that. And today I'm an analytical operations leader in a chemical manufacturing plant, the largest on the Western Hemisphere, I like to say. And in my group, I have over 20 people, technical SMEs who help us quantify and assert our quality, the quality assurance of the materials that we produce. And they have like a plethora, several decades. And I think I probably have in my team, I probably have 2 centuries of
Wow,
expertise and experience. So that is just a trip for me, analytical
amazing.
technologists and operators. So that's what I do on a day-to-day, helping to execute projects that have to do with our statistical methods, our experimental methods, and also implementing new equipment. So that makes me excited
It
every
makes
day
me
because we are
excited.
the ones that say, between our plants and our customers, we're the ones that make sure that what is going out of the door is according to specifications and will not harm people when it goes out there. So it's pretty important. I
It
count
is.
myself
It's
blessed to
very,
be
very important. Thank
there.
you for doing that because now I'm
You
going to be
are
looking
most
at
welcome.
every single thing that I buy and check in and making sure. That's
Mhm.
amazing. And I love that you had that such an interesting transition throughout different STEM careers. Like, wow. I think one of the things with STEM is that we could apply it to so many different things.
Very
Like,
much so.
oh gosh, amazing. Now, I know you spoke a little bit about this. We spoke about this earlier. Why did you write this chapter? Like, I loved your chapter. Like, it was so interesting. Like, wow, so many exciting things.
You actually encouraged me to go down this vein, right? Because when I first heard, oh, the opportunity to be part of this project, empowering women in STEM, I definitely wanted to jump all over it. But I didn't want to come from a coaching or tell you what to do standpoint, because when you haven't walked in someone's shoes, you don't know how unique their journey or their process
Mhm.
is, and who we are, where we grew up, and the parents who raised us, the communities, the societies we grew up in, they kind of impact our perspective. And we carry that from job to job, from continent to continent.
Yeah.
So I wrote Stemming Across Continents. three continents. I grew up in Nigeria, studied in Nigeria, and then went to the UK, worked and studied in the UK for a postgraduate degree. And eventually I've been in the US for the last 10 years, building a family and working in industry. And I can tell you that in everywhere that I've been, the one thread that has run across, when you look at from the cons more than the pros, you see that women in STEM has been the same kind of reception in different formats, but women have always been in the minority, and largely microaggressions and just systems and structures that didn't expect to have women in these technical fields have kind of plagued my journey. So being from, I wanted to share that perspective and to let people know, hey, look, I see you because you're not alone. So it doesn't matter if you're from the Philippines and you're moving to Australia for a job. It doesn't matter that you're from South Africa and you're going to the UK. It doesn't matter where you are. So long as you're making a move, I want you to know that you're seen. The story is largely the same, but the ways that we handle it are both universal and unique to you. And you kind of got to find that balance. I wanted women to be able to advocate for themselves. Even though there's a system or a structure in place, guess what? You came in and you rocked the whole system. So you might as well stand up and contribute of yourself, because if you do that, you make it an even more robust system, so that for the women who come after you, for the minorities that come after you, and indeed for the allies that come after you, they are in better standing to help ensure that we don't, number one, lose women in the pipeline, and we keep people both engaged and contributing their best in every role that they've been in. That's really why I wrote.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. And you are writing your legacy. Definitely writing your legacy, and it will be in print by December. So we're good with that. Excited about that.
Excited.
Now, what would you say to other people just to get them inspired about joining a field in STEM, or you had such an amazing journey in so many different fields in STEM. What would you say to inspire somebody?
Interestingly, a lot of people sometimes don't realize that I thought I would be a lawyer. I thought I would be a writer.
Oh, nice.
Well, interestingly, I've authored 2 books, right? Fiction and nonfiction. Well, the good thing about STEM that I saw was that I was that child who had an equal love for both English and math. For both history and chemistry. So it kind of worked all the same. But I felt like, you know what, for English, for history, for government, those things I can kind of read them as I go along. But the challenge that science presents is something you can't pick along the way. You kind of have to learn it. So it was something that was able to engage my learning faculty. So I would say for the challenge of science, I would say this is something that will task you and bring out the best in you, because you will be stretched. So if you like a challenge, then STEM is for you. If you want to maximize all the intellect, the intelligence that has been placed in you, STEM is for you. If you like innovation, those people who go queue outside the Apple stores when the latest iPhone is coming out. If you like innovation and you want to be a part of creating the next generation of breakthrough products, then you want to join STEM, because that is where you are able to innovate and create society's next best thing. If you like collaboration, STEM is for you, because mostly, look at Sanya did this project with how many people? There is rarely an individual Einstein type of thinking. Even Einstein, even Thomas Edison, they all worked with large teams. So collaboration is the name of the game. You're rarely ever by yourself. It's teamwork. Excellent. And then I would say representation. Look, we need you in STEM. If you are not in STEM and you're a woman of color, for example, we cannot have the kind of algorithm that helps recognize our faces on social media software. There's so many filters that can't recognize my face because my skin color wasn't programmed into their software. And lastly, I would say for the money, because STEM fields straight out the door from college pay much more than their counterparts. So if you do want to ensure a legacy for you and your family,
Yep.
something to think about. Yeah.
Definitely something to get into. And Bradley talks about so much of her experiences. Like in the book, I'm trying so hard not to give away some of the stuff,
You
but
need to get the book so you
you
can
need
go
to, yeah, you need to
see
get the
it.
book and read about all about her journey going across those continents, the different things that she's seen, and the way that she handles certain things. And I'm like, yes, you go, you handle that. Yeah, I was cheering for you while I was reading. I'm like, yes, yes, we have a champion here.
Thank you, Sanya.
So thank you so much for your time today. Look out for the book. It is going to be available from December of this year. And
Yay!
yay, be sure to check out Bradley's chapter
Mhm.
and everything that she's been doing. She's amazing. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.